Seems to be everywhere during Wimbledon time, and I've actually caught another British name to know in Jay Clarke, who won his first Wimbledon match yesterday. Jay, congratulations on that. How did that feel?
Yeah, it felt great. I've won matches here in mixed and doubles, so to actually do it in singles is really good.
Yeah, no, it's amazing, and actually it happened just yesterday, and you were on court 8.
Yeah.
Is that right? And you're actually telling me before we went on air that your family kind of had to gather where to watch you.
Yeah, they were in the four corners because I don't think there's reserved seating on those courts, so yeah. They just found seats where they could, but it was nice.
Yeah, good. Well, it's good that they found a seat because you were taking on Noah Rubin, the American, and if we dip into the draw here, this is the part of the draw actually that features Roger Federer. We'll get to that there in just a second. But walk us through this match. You see the scoreline here, Jay. You lost the first set, and then you're able to turn things around. What was the difference maker there, especially a tight second set against Noah?
Yeah, the first set, I didn't start great, so I think he won maybe 11 of the first 12 points or something like that. I struggled to settle. In the second set, in the back end of the first set, I managed to settle down. I got it back on serve, but then he played a good returning game to break. Second set, I was actually 5-1 up, and yeah, I was 5-1 up, yeah, and he played some good games, came with some good shots when I was trying to close the net, and go back to 5-all, managed to break, and yeah, then I just had to hold serve because I knew I was getting chances in his games almost every time. So
yeah, so your first Wimbledon win was looming. Let's go ahead and actually look at some of this action from yesterday, Jay, and we're going to start here with a backhand pass. So, well, this is after the match when you're celebrating, but here's the first point here, and Noah Rubin coming into net attacking, and you see that line. I mean, when you've got a player coming in, especially to the backhand wing, what are your options in a shot like that?
So obviously everyone's different. I either try and dip it, so most of the time I try and dip it, but I was too far back. So
Dip it would be go cross court?
Yeah, go short and cross with a lot of spin to make them lift it. So you never end the point of that shot. It's always like a shot to follow up. You can either go straight hard at them, or you can obviously go for the win up the line. The reason I chose to go fast line was because I was so far back, so I had to add too much height and too much spin, and he could have closed. So that was the only shot that was on for me there.
And all of that whole decision-making process was in what, milliseconds?
Yeah, milliseconds, yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Next up, we've got a drop shot here, which the drop shot can be so effective. Here you are in the near court. Nice backhand dropper, and then made to play one more here by Noah.
Yeah, he makes you play so many balls. I think that's his biggest strength. He's one of the fastest people I've ever played. He makes you constantly keep hitting winners, and obviously in big moments, a lot of players would miss that. I mean, even that point, I think I hit the line off a smash. So yeah, from being in charge to potentially losing the point, it can happen so fast.
And Jay, would you have known that about Noah coming in, that he's going to run everything down?
Yeah. We trained together a bit when I trained in Orlando for a couple of weeks at the training block there, and we practiced together a lot. So yeah, we knew each other quite well.
Yeah, very good. Okay, next up against Noah Rubin here. We're still into the third set, and we're actually going to see a backhand volley. You went to net 40 times yesterday. Successful just about half of them, but here you are in the far court and gonna get a little net cord. This is a slice approach, and then eventually nice little drop-o winner. When you're coming to net, that backhand slice, it just helps neutralize the court so much.
Yeah, it gives you, when you play with the spin, or obviously when you play flat, the ball travels through the air a lot faster, so it has to be a really good shot or accurate to make sure their reply's weaker. So I decided to take a bit of pace off, give myself time to close the net, and yeah, just get as close as I can to either make him lob, or obviously I'd for sure get a racket on the ball.
Okay, talk to us a little bit about the net game, because you went 40 times to net yesterday, won about half of them. There were a few serve and volleys too. Is that something on grass that you want to encourage yourself more to do?
Yeah, like I said, I know Noah really well, so the baseline points were 50-50, I think. For sure, at the start of the match, he was winning the majority of them, so I had to change it up. I had to try and get in, and yeah, you know, I would much prefer me to miss a volley than to obviously just be chasing balls side to side, especially over a 5-set match. So I just tried to get in as much as possible off the right balls and, yeah, just make him answer some tough questions.
Yeah, there you go. Asking the question. You had to answer your own question in the sense of 7 match points. You finally got there in the end, right? Here's the 7th match point to come through. How'd that feel?
Oh, that felt great. I wasn't sure it was going to come, to be honest. For sure not that soon. I think it was my 6th or 7th one. And every time he came with something special. I think that was actually one of the worst serves I hit. I actually took all the pace off, tried to jam him up, and yeah, that's my dad.
And actually, you were saying your family came, so here's brother Curtis is going to come down, and then also your sister Yasmin's been a big part of your career.
Yeah. So my sister coached me from, I'd say, about age 12 to 16. Yeah,
There she is.
yeah. And then my brother's done all the work since, but I started with my dad, so it's always been, a family affair.
Yeah, it's amazing. A good family affair. And if we kind of stay on the family theme, it's been a family of players for the Brits so far, 7 into the 2nd round. What's that like for you to be a part of this group?
Yeah, it's great. Obviously, Evo's so experienced at slams. So I think he's made second week something a couple of times. Obviously, Kyle did great in Australia. Norrie's, in my opinion, one of the best we've had in a while. So the fact that I'm joining that group is really special.
Yeah, and the ladies have done pretty well themselves, too.
Yeah, obviously Heather and Joe, great players. They proved themselves for such a long time. So.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's great to see those 7. Of course, Kyle again on center court. But Jay, I'm going to guess that you're either going to be on center court or the #1 court to play Roger Federer. How do you approach this match?
I'll approach it the same as any other. Obviously, the court's the same size. He's got 2 arms and 2 legs, just the same as I have. So now I'm obviously going to try and sleep well, eat well, and just do the best I can.
Yeah, but also that excitement around it, right? You can let yourself experience it just a little bit, right?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, it's one of those matches that you dream of when you first pick up a racket. To obviously play Federer on centre court, but the fact this happened so soon in my career, I'm just going to try and learn as much from the match as possible and try and get the win.
And we do know that you have signed into the mixed doubles. Hopefully we'll get to play with. And who's your chosen partner?
Coco Gauff.
Coco Gauff.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I would love that. Because you and Marcus Willis a couple years ago had great success, obviously, here at Wimbledon. But it'd be really cool to see you and Coco out there on the doubles court.
No, that should be interesting. We'll see.
I liked this. We were seeing some social media here, but actually Charlie Eccleshire from The Telegraph tweeting that you said a few weeks ago that you wanted to play Raj at Wimbledon, and dream come true.
Yeah, I wish I had said another name, to be honest. No, if I knew that would come true, another wild card would have been nice.
Yeah.
But no, obviously these are the things you talk about before the draw comes out, and when it happens, it's a bit spooky. So.
Yeah. So big day, obviously. This is some family moments yesterday. There it is. You and your bro. I mean, how much has he meant to you? Your brother's hanging out here behind the camera, but he's been a big part, and your sister and your dad to your career.
Yeah, no, especially over the last few years. My brother, he's traveled every single week with me, so the fact that obviously he could share this moment with me, because he obviously was there when I hit my first tennis ball. We used to train together and play the same tournaments, and he actually stopped to start coaching me. Obviously, I'm glad I got the win yesterday, so it's nice for him as well.
Now, you mentioned knowing Noah Rubin pretty well, but you've got a lot of, there's a lot of connections to different players, including Stefanos Tsitsipas. I mean, you've known some of these guys for a long time.
Yeah, so I first met Stefanos when we'd have been 12 or 13 playing Tennis Europes. We're the same age. He towers over me there, but I actually used to be taller than him. So there's him, Popperin.
That's not too bad. Here's the top of your head, there's the top of his head. That's not too bad.
That's more than I'd like.
Okay. Oh, all right. We do have to look at this one from yesterday, which was you rocking the toga look on court yesterday with a Wimbledon towel. Rocking the toga.
Yeah, I was conscious the cameras were on me, and I was going to change my shirt, but I was just like cooling off a bit. And yeah, I didn't want the camera just to be on my body the whole time, so decided to cover up a bit.
The toga works pretty well, and we've got several of these. Of course, if you don't follow Jay on Twitter or Facebook, you should. But you mentioned Tsitsipas, you mentioned Noah Rubin, you've got Francis Tiafoe, who you've known for a long time. I mean, this is you're part of this whole generation that's trying to break through into the next level of tennis. You get a wild card here, you back it up with a first round win, but out there on the circuit, you're doing a lot of hard work week in and week out.
Yeah, you have to. Obviously, I think everyone's taking care of their bodies better now. People are playing longer. They've played this circuit. A lot of the guys, like I think someone said Federer is 17 years older than me, so I'm definitely not going to be able to outsmart him. So I have to beat him through obviously being better physically, and I think that's what the young guys are starting to do. Everyone's turning into a beast, so I need to try and join that.
Yeah, and learning from those guys as you go too.
Yeah, definitely. Every chance I get to practice with the best players in the world, I think I have to take it, because it's not normal for someone in my ranking to get the opportunities I've had obviously at Wimbledon over the grass season. So I'm just trying to make the most of it.
Yeah. Well, hey, we appreciate the time.
Cheers.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
He's playing Roger Federer, and Jay Clarke has a first ever win at Wimbledon. We wish you the best of luck, and Selena Hinchcliffe, it's back to you.